You recently stated that opposing the construction of new coal plants here in Virginia, that you were against that. But last month in Southwest Virginia, you were quoted as saying that we should keep coal on the table as a viable source of energy. And to help clarify the issue, I'm hoping you explain something to me. You voted in support of the Wise County coal plant. Were you wrong to vote for that coal facility back then?
No. Sorry,
leave it right there.
No, construction of the new mega coal-fired power plant in Surrey, Virginia, that's just miles from here in Williamsburg. You cannot, and Terry, you claim now that we need a quarter of our energy to come from clean renewable sources. I said that months ago. You know, we are not going to get there if we continue to rely on solving 21st century problems with 19th century fossil fuels. The new coal-fired power plant in Surrey, Terry, is a 1,500 megawatt coal-fired power plant. It will generate 1,500 tons of carbon per hour. It's also within the Chesapeake Bay watershed. Now, how many politicians tell you, I'm going to do everything I can to clean up the Chesapeake Bay? Well, if you introduce a new 1,500 megawatt coal-fired power plant in the Chesapeake Bay, that will release tons of pollutants into the Chesapeake Bay. I mean, that's not smart. That's not a good use of taxpayer dollars. So I oppose that plant, and frankly, I don't understand why you don't either.
Because I'll tell you why.
I think it is Senator Deeds' turn to ask a question of whomever you want up here.
Terry.
Yes, please.
I want to know if you think Congressman Moran broke federal campaign finance laws by soliciting funds from those contractors for a candidate in a non-federal race.
Wow.
I said specific, Terry.
I guess we now know who's in the lead in the poll.
Yeah. Listen, let's be clear. Bob McDonald is going to have a lot of money. The RGA just put in $1.2 million. This is just the openers. No, they've never done this before in a governor's race in the history. They want to win this. They can't believe that Barack Obama won Virginia by 5 percentage points. That Virgil Good went down and Thelma Drake went down. They just can't believe it. And they want to win this. They want this more than actually self. So that's why I'm building the grassroots campaign I'm building. We've raised a lot of money. I've raised more in Virginia than anyone else. I'm proud of that fact, but I've also had a lot of volunteers. But if you have a real question, Craigh,
that wasn't a real question, Terry.
You should refer to that U.S. Attorney's office, man. I can't get in the middle of that.
Well, let me ask Terry a question. Terry, at the last joint appearance where we were fortunate to join AP Day, you challenged me. I said, I'm the only one in Northern Virginia who's raised in the family, and I know Dorothy had 5 kids in Northern Virginia. I recognize that now. And you said, I have businesses in Northern Virginia, and for the life of me, I've been in Northern Virginia for 20 years in the business community and volunteer community. I didn't know you had businesses, and so I've done some research. You, in fact, said, Brian, do your research. It's not that easy, but I Google, and some things come up on Google. But for Northern Virginia businesses, Terry, the only thing I've been able to find are 3 businesses that are all registered to your home address in McLean. So it begs the question, just how many employees do you have working in that McLean residence of yours?
Well, you are a lawyer, aren't you?
I am indeed.
Good. As you know, how they changed the law regarding partnerships and what you have to disclose, you didn't have to do until 5 or 6 years ago. No one will question that I have started businesses. I have started close to 24 companies, all been very successful. That's why I've been able to spend a lot of the last few years everything I've done in Democratic politics has been as a full-time volunteer. I have created thousands and thousands of jobs. I started the Affinity Marketing business. That was a company that I started here. I can tell you this, Brian, every single penny I made from the multitude of businesses that I've had everywhere around the country, I've paid 100% of those taxes here in Virginia. So everybody benefits by that. And that's what I'm most proud of.
Well,
wait a minute. I didn't get follow-up. Did he get a follow-up?
No follow-up.
Thank you. Rules are rules.
Rules are rules. But I invite any of you or all of you to incorporate any closing thoughts in your closing statements. By agreement beforehand, the first closing statement will come from Mr. McAuliffe.
Well, first of all, once again, thank the farm team. I promise you, when I'm elected governor and I'm in charge of working with the state party, the work that I did on the vote center, I'm going to put right here in Virginia because if you look at the number of women who live in Virginia and the offices that are held by women, it's a disgrace. We got to change that. We need more women running for office, and we need to help you make sure that you get elected. So that's something that I plan on doing. I want to thank Brian and Craigh for being with me here today. This is democracy in action. This is what it's all about. I always say, there was a primary going on before I got involved between Brian and Craigh. I've joined it, and all I've said is, when I say a negative word about a fellow Democrat, and I've honored that commitment, I have brought a lot of big ideas. Go to my website, terrymcaulife.com, jobs, education, healthcare. I lay them out. I just don't make pronouncements. I didn't put out my renewable energy standards until I had a plan to back it up. Words are great. I got 36 pages of specific detail of how I'm going to get this going. We need a governor like Mark Warner and Tim Kaine. Didn't come from the legislature. I've called for the end of payday lending here in Virginia. I think there's a lot of things to change. I've called that we ought to get rid of a gift ban on all lobbyists. We have to do things differently. You need a governor to come in to create jobs, get the economic engine of Virginia going again. I can do that. I've done it my whole life. We need to be number one on green, alternative energies. We need high-speed rail. We need a governor coming in with big ideas and big plans with the right kind of experience who has done it. I have done this my entire life. Nobody will ever say I haven't been a fighter on the issue. Many times on Andrea's show, I've been a fighter with her on the issues. I have been out there fighting on education and healthcare my whole life. I'm the luckiest kid in the world. I did it myself. I worked hard. You know what? I want every other child in Virginia to have the same opportunities that Terry McAuliffe had. I want them to have a quality education. I want them to have a great transportation system and a healthcare delivery system. When I'm governor, I promise you folks, I'll get out of bed every single day fighting for you. You fight for me. I need your support. I will fight for you every single day. As governor, you put a wall up, I will bust that wall down to help you. Thank you very much.
Senator Deeds, your turn for a 2-minute closing statement. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrea. Thank you to the farm team for hosting this event. Thank you, College of William and Mary. Thank everybody in the audience. It's crystal clear that Bob McDonnell has the wrong agenda for Virginia. His opposition to things like stem cell research and a woman's right to choose, even in the event of rape or incest, put him clearly outside of the mainstream. Bob McDonnell is proud of the fact that he stood against all the progress we've made the last 8 years under Governors Mark Warner and Tim Kaine. Virginia's working families will not have a chance with him in the governor's mansion. On that issue, there will be no disagreement on this podium. But all that progress we've made these last 8 years that I've stood by Mark and Tim for every step of the way, all the hope we have for the future, all the opportunities we want to pass to our children, won't be defended simply by beating Bob McDonnell. We will not be the party of the middle class if the nominee of this party is beholden to Donald Trump or Wall Street interests, or to tainted defense contractors who got millions in earmarks from his brother in Congress. We will have lost our way. We will have lost our way if we allow the Wall Street establishment or a corrupt political establishment to control our agenda for the next 4 years. I'm proud as I can be of my record, but what makes me probably most prepared to be governor of Virginia is that my wife works full-time. We've got 4 children. 2 of them are in college, so I understand exactly the pressures and challenges faced by everyday families. I know that's why my plans to restart our economy are based in common sense. I will work every single day to create opportunity and hope in every part of Virginia. I will invest in working families. I will invest in education and renewable and alternative sources of energy. I will create jobs in Virginia in every corner. You can count on this. Every single day, I will be on your side. There's a primary on June 9th, and I need your help. Thank you.
Finally, Delegate Moran, if you'll give us your closing statement.
Thank you to the farm team. People ask me, why are you running for governor? And I think it starts from the very beginning, when I learned from my parents that we all share a responsibility and obligation to make the world a better place for our children than we found it. See, public service is not about the politicians. It's not about the 3 of us. It's about the people who need someone to fight for them. That's what my parents taught me. That's what I've always tried to do. See, it's about the woman volunteering in my campaign office. She's supporting me because she knows I fought and won the fight to crack down on drunk drivers.